Right, so some of you guys might be wondering, why do I have an iPhone 12 SS? Well, basically, long story short, the 14 Pro Max I got from another retailer has been delayed, and I might not get that for a few days or weeks, which sucks, especially when the Pro Max is sold out everywhere on the planet. And so since I've sold my old device, and I'm basically iPhone-less, this was the best option to be an in-between device as I wait for the Pro Max. So yeah, why don't we check out the iPhone 14, possibly the worst iPhone ever made. But yeah, at least it comes in this very nice blue, and I'm pretty excited to see the blue in person. So let's delve into this pretty typical iPhone box. So of course we've got the pull tabs, let's pull on these. Oh, that was very nice. I got another one. There we go. And now, let's get into the device. Oh my god! It looks exactly the same, wow! Now, my first impressions of the colour is, this is Sierra Blue. Like, it literally is exactly the same as Sierra Blue. Also, there are some dust particles. I'm surprised we already have dust particles inside the box. But anyways, that's a pretty nice blue, I can't lie. I do like Sierra Blue, so this is a nice finish, but the phone itself is exactly the same. Now, of course, in the box, we get the usual stuff. Nothing really special about that. Do know, of course, in the UK, we still have the SIM slot, as you can see. That's why we got a massive price hike, I guess. But yeah, I guess let's delve into this pretty boring iPhone. So putting the box to the side, let's delve into the actual device. Let's do the peel first. So here we go, guys. Everybody please be quiet. Oh, that was good. Anyways, the phone looks the same as the 13 and even the 12 to an extent. I mean, I had the 12 and that was a pretty nice phone for the most part, and this is a very similar look and feel, and I do quite like it. I might as well just set this up off camera because I'm sure you guys know the iPhone setup experience. Let me do this off camera and then of course I'll be back. So we're currently restoring from iCloud, but I do want to quickly compare the blues with the iPhone 12 because you can see there is a massive difference, and this blue is possibly one of the worst colours Apple's ever given us. I hate this with a passion, but weirdly my mum likes it, hence why she has this. But yeah, this blue just looks way nicer in my opinion, and I do also want to mention the difference in the camera bumps. That's a pretty massive difference, and hopefully the camera's much better on this. Also, the body is actually quite a bit thicker, which I did not realise, and again I'm hoping battery life is better with the 14 because I do remember the battery life with my 12 not being that great. But yes, let me play around with this for a few hours and then I'll get back to you guys. Right, so it's been a few hours since I got this, and to no one's surprise, yes, this is a good iPhone, but of course, it's hard to think of this phone without considering the price and the value this brings, and in that case, this is not great. Because yes, within a bubble, the 14 is a great iPhone. It covers the basics and it's enough for most consumers. But of course, we're not in a bubble, and the 13 Pros and the 13 are cheap and of course offer better value for your cash. But let's quickly forget about the price point and talk about the experience with the device. So talking about the design, it's very nice going back to, of course, this more compact 6.1 inch size. You see, I've been using a Pro Max for a year, so of course, I've been used to the massive size of it and the weight. And so for me, the lightness and the compactness of the 14 is actually kind of refreshing. And yeah, this blue has grown on me, and it's easily the best part about this phone because otherwise, it's basically the 13. So yeah, the display is exactly the same for the most part, and it's a very good display of course, but the fact we don't have 60Hz on this does kind of suck, especially when everybody else already has it at this price point. Oh, by the way, I thought I'd mention this, but the speakers are also pretty good. Again, was surprised by the quality of it, considering it's not a big phone. Now, performance-wise, yes, I know this has last year's chip, but of course, because Apple Silicon is so good, the experience is still very solid with this phone, and of course, do remember you're now getting 6 gigs of RAM, so of course, for heavier users, they're gonna appreciate that. Now, battery life did kind of surprise me because in my short-term testing, it's been very good, and I'm surprised by this because I remember the 12 not being so great when it came to battery life, and that's why I got the 13 Pro Max. but Apple's now given us enough battery improvements with the 13 and 14 series to actually make battery life on the 6.1-inch iPhone plenty good for heavy usage. So yes, can't lie guys, if I can't find a 14 Pro Max, I might just settle for the regular 14 Pro instead, especially since battery life on that should be even better than this. Now the camera is probably the biggest change with the regular 14, and this I have not tested thoroughly, but for the most part this seems to be on par with the 13 Pro Max, and that makes sense since of course the wide angle sensor is from the 13 Pros, but as I did expect, the ultra-wide does kinda suck. It's very soft compared to the wide, and I was very disappointed Apple did not give us any upgrades to the ultra-wide. And yeah, since the 14 Pros got new ultra-wide sensors, I was expecting the 14 to get the 13 Pro ultra-wide with macro support, but that's not the case. Now action mode and cinematic mode I will test, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be solid. iPhones have always been fantastic for video, so of course I'm expecting the 14 to also be great. Now as for the selfie camera, yes, autofocus is great. I can see this being beneficial for cinematic video on the front, and those who record TikTok videos with their iPhones. So yes, it's a very nice change. And that's about it because this is a pretty minor refresh. However, I will say the buttons and the haptics are actually better than the 13 Pro Max in my experience. So yeah, maybe Apple's given us improvements with that for the complete iPhone 14 series. Oh, another interesting observation, but Apple kept forcing me to use eSIMs with the 14, so I'm pretty sure that with the 15 series, we should see the removal of the SIM slots on a global basis. Now SOS satellite's not available in the UK, and of course, I won't be testing crash detection, so yeah, that's about it for the new features. And yeah, I'm mostly positive about this phone because it's an iPhone, it does the basics very well, but of course, as I said, considering the price of this and the fact you can get the 13 Pro for less, I can't recommend this till of course we see discounts. And the situation's worse outside of the US because we saw massive price increases with the 14 series, and yes, I know it's not Apple's fault, but it does make the 14 very hard to justify when of course we got price increases for very minor upgrades. And that's about it for my initial thoughts with the 14. I like the colour, I like the phone, but of course I hate the price, and I'm praying third parties do offer good discounts. Anyways, if you have questions regarding the iPhone 14, of course, let me know in the comments. Anyways, thank you for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumours. Check out the video above on details regarding the iPad 10, and on that note, see ya peeps.